Spoilercast later.
There we go. Yeah, so we'll do news, and then we'll basically go through all the regular stuff, and then we'll go back and do the spoiler
like we usually do when we do a spoiler cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hey.
There we go.
There.
Hello.
There we go. Hello. Oh my gosh, I hate the look of the new Facebook app. Just updated like last night, and I'm like, come on, dude, give me a dark version. Like, give me. You gave me dark mode in Messenger.
They won't do that because that white look is part of Facebook's branding.
Yeah, I know. It hurts my eyes.
Nothing's more important than the brand.
I mean, that is literally something that I have to hear on a daily basis at work from marketing.
That's capitalism.
Yeah.
No, like, I get it. I really do. But it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
Don't use it. Delete it.
No.
I'm thinking about deleting Facebook.
You are?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't decided.
If Facebook is like...
That poses many I have many logistical questions if you were to do that.
Yeah,
that's true. My main use of Facebook is to organize my D&D group.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my primary use of
I suppose you could set up Google Calendar invites.
Ugh. No, I've already got mine's full of school stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Oh, come on, Needle. Go back where you're supposed to be.
This.
Yes, I'm yelling at my needles. But yeah, I ordered more dice.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I'm
actually
my tried and true set of dice.
I'm actually like super, super, super excited to use the rose quartz ones that I got in Boston. Like, I'm so excited to use these on Friday. They're so pretty.
I can't wait for me to get the Legend of Vox Machina dice.
Oh, nice.
Whenever that comes in.
I may or may not have just ordered like a bucket of dice.
Yeah.
Best part is they're little ones. they're mini ones.
Yeah. So, I mean, the good news is for Friday is I don't really have to do a lot more planning because I had a lot more planned for last session.
Yeah.
That kind of got derailed with stuff.
Yeah, and things.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured out how I'm going to Darius can get out of the pickle he's in.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Aside from just...
The rest of the party's so far away.
Yeah.
And this Kerrigan's an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. I ordered the Halfling's Haversack from Wiz Dice, which is 140 mini. It's 20 colors in complete sets of 7.
It's too many dice.
No such thing. No such
Unless you have a situation like me where I have just a box of dice for people who come to my house to use.
Yeah.
No. No, those ones I will let other people use.
I am anti having many dice.
The rose quartz ones though, you can pry these from my cold dead hands.
But see, that's like your set. That's like I have my gold metal ones.
Yeah, your gold metal ones are amazing.
And that's all I use. But unless I need extras, in which case I use my red and black plastic one.
Yeah.
And if I have a bunch of blue D6s just for big D6 rolls if I ever need them.
Yeah, I also had to buy... So I lost my sneak attack dice. Like the packet of them. So I had to buy another package. Yeah. I bought those when I was in Boston last weekend, so they're 2 weeks ago almost now. Yeah. Yeah. I bought those on the 20th when I was in Boston and went to Pandemonium, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of all I've been doing this week is sewing. Sewing, and more sewing. Like, some of it's been, like, figuring stuff out logistically, and then, yeah, like, I have a video that I'm watching, because the pattern that I was seeing was not extremely helpful.
Yeah.
With just the pictures. So, yay for YouTube.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a long, big intro before it actually started. Because I know, Sean, you've said that's something that bothers you. Is like when you're like looking for how to do something and it gives you like 10-minute long video, but like all you need to know how to do is something that's like 30 seconds long.
I just hate having instructional videos instead of an article.
Yeah.
Like if it's instructions that can be broken down into like a bulleted list.
Yeah.
Just write the article instead of recording a 10-minute how-to video.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah,
sometimes you need to see what's happening to have it make sense.
Because
I'm
I was
still not going to watch the video. I will keep looking elsewhere.
Yeah, for me it's everything else made sense, but I'm like, okay, what does she mean when she says sew these specific parts together? Because she didn't have like really, really clear pictures. And so I'm like, okay, let's just load up the video. Oh, okay, those ones. Got it. Like, and then I was able to go from there. But, yeah.
No, Windows, I don't want to see fewer notifications. I want to see no notifications. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Michael Rooker isn't going to be at Pop Culture Con.
Who's that?
He's young.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen that movie.
You should. It's good.
I gave up on a lot of the Marvel movies a long time ago. I think the last one I watched was Civil War. No, lie. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
I read all the spoilers for Endgame, so I'll talk about it and my thoughts.
You didn't.
Oh no, Heather won't be watching live tonight because she's going to see it right now.
Yeah, she's going to go see it.
Oh,
that's okay. It's important that she do that.
Yeah.
Because
and then she won't be spoiled when she listens later.
Yes.
So. And so this will be titled just Endgame Spoilercast, so that way
yes,
everybody knows going in. But
before we start, I will be right back.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I have a couple ideas for Darastrix to negotiate.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I expected the whole party to be together where Darastrix is.
Yep.
I did not think, particularly after I made it a point that this place is really dangerous because zombie horde could come out of nowhere, that the group would split.
Yep. That's what happens when work completely crushes my freaking soul day after day after day, that I can't freaking think when playing D&D anymore. Sorry, my other team member is out on vacation this week, and the first of the month is like one of our busiest times. So,
we've had a lot of teachers out, so I've been busy.
And then stuff didn't work, so yeah. And then I was in meetings from 11 to 2. So.
Yay. I forget, did I have my dice tray for the last session?
I don't know.
No, I didn't have it for the last Jamora. I had it for the last Josh's game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, yay. Yes.
And then yeah, when we wrap up the arc in Jamora, then Tuck better be ready with his game if he wants to run it. Because that was the idea. So
is that like between big Jamora arcs we'd have a little?
I think it's just Tuck
mini
wants
break?
to run a game, and wants to run it on stream. Because he's like, oh, this is meant to be, maybe if you want to take a break or something. And I'm like, I don't have any vacation time until my honeymoon, so I don't know when we're going to be taking a break on Jamora.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not like me where I will be gone for DPPC. That does fall on a Jamora weekend.
When is that?
May 31st.
Okay.
Yeah, just because yeah, it'll be 7:00 Central. So yeah, it'd be like 9:00 here. So it'd be like 5 there, and I'm pretty sure that DPPC is going like that entire night.
Well, you wouldn't be here anyway.
I know. No, I'm thinking of like if I were to like try and Skype in or something, but we haven't gotten that settled.
I don't know if we can with our studio setup.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's literally possible. So.
But.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What is Steam doing? No, don't restart right now. So.
It's probably doing pretty important things.
Yeah, it's just to restart and apply some update. Whatever.
Important updates.
Oh, hey, I didn't have that issue today with logging or getting into the call. I think I have to like wait for it to like be like you're not answering for it to not tweak out. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So. All right. But it is 7:30.
Yeah, let's start.
So let's get going so that we can be done on time.
Yeah.
Not much to go over.
Yeah. So I figure most of it's going to be Endgame talk at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up on episode 140, Epic buys Psyonix. Sonic's gotta go fast. Endgame discussion, and much, much more on the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. We are bringing you the latest and greatest geeky news of the week and pop culture news of the week. I am your host, Sean Hayes, and with me are my exceptional co-hosts, as always, Courtney Bolin.
Hey, everybody.
And Josh York.
I really wasn't expecting the X-Men to be in that movie, but they did it. It was awesome.
You're terrible. You're absolutely terrible.
So I've seen a lot of like fake spoilers go out, and I just keep thinking of like the rules in the Critical Role chat, which is even if you post fake spoilers in the chat, you get banned.
Yeah.
Because they don't even want to deal with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they'll say it too. Like there's a chat command that says like exclamation point spoilers, and it'll say like, yeah, don't post spoilers, don't post fake spoilers. If you do, even if you post fake spoilers, like you will be blocked from.
Just go to
chatting.
the worst thing you could do. No, it'll ramp up.
I mean, sure, if you want to be banned from ever speaking in that chat channel again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've actually been doing a lot of listening to podcasts. And I have caught up on all of season 1 of Between the Sheets.
Yeah.
I am barreling right through season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, whenever I am in my car, I'm plugging my iPod in and going.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris Perkins was a really good episode. He's in season 2, I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember if he's the first one or if he's like in the middle or something.
He's not the first. Logic was the first.
That's right.
Yep.
So
he's somewhere in the middle. I haven't gotten to him yet.
Yeah.
I just finished Will Friedle, and I'm on to, I can't remember her name at all. It's terrible.
Mary McGuinan?
But I'm on to the one right after that.
Was it Mary McGuinan?
No.
Was it
MacGyver?
Q-Tran?
No, she was number 2.
She was
the second one, and yep.
Jeez. Oh no, it was oh geez, what's her name?
The girl who's the artist?
She plays Tova. And she did work on She-Ra, the Netflix series. God, why can't I think of her name?
I know. I'm just like trying to find it, and it's just not working online right now.
It is blip 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 blip.
Unclear.
Noelle Stevenson.
That's who it is.
Yep. Noelle Stevenson, and then Chris Perkins, and then Mary Elizabeth, and then Ashley Birch. So I've got, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So, but no, I've been like seriously loving it. Getting myself hyped up more for DPPC, and yeah. And I signed up for classes for the summer. Woo!
Ugh.
Yeah, I decided to take a Thursday night class. That way I'd have every Saturday off. Still? Yeah.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
I'm procrastinating on my masters. Don't want to do it. Not because I think it's difficult, just because I think it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
School's boring. I'm the worst student of all time. Like,
oh, that's okay.
It comes easy. I'm just so bored. I just hate it. I hate doing it.
Yeah, that's okay. I took a web enhanced course this past semester. Oh my god, I'm never doing that again. Never, ever, 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 ever. There's a reason why I am in the
web
program.
enhanced courses taught by Tom Holland.
Hey, I see what you did. My whole last third of my bachelor's was all online courses.
No, I cannot do online courses. I am very not responsible. I am not responsible enough.
It was awesome because I just got to argue with people on forums at all my classes. It was great.
No,
it was great.
I am.
That was basically.
That sounds like you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like
it was awesome. I just got to
No.
debate people every week on different topics. It was great.
No, I am straight up not responsible enough. Yeah, I need to be like going to class, being held responsible to somebody, to be able to do well. So no.
Yeah.
No, I'm never doing a web enhanced course again. And they're offering a lot over the summer, and I'm just like, no.
I'll be responsible, Courtney, and I'll just make a calendar reminder that just says bug Courtney, make sure she finishes her stuff. And then like just constant texting, just be like, have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet?
And I know you would do it too.
I would do it for the.
You would set up scheduled texts.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah. Or Facebook shaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scheduled posts on a regular basis, just like I wonder if Courtney has finished her homework yet.
But no, so I'm going to do a Thursday night course, which is every Thursday, except for July 4th. I do get that day off. And it's like 5:30 to 9:30, so it's not terrible time. It's, I can still do stuff during the day, and as I said, then I get every Saturday off. It still wouldn't have affected our game though, Josh. Or your game for Saturdays, but
now it means you also get the other Saturdays off.
Yes. Now I get the other Saturdays off in the summer, which means that I get to do farmers market, which is something that I really, really, really missed last year.
Yeah.
And heck, I mean, with how late Josh's game starts, I could do farmers market every week and go at the beginning.
Sure. You could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible. And then I have it every other Sunday.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right.
I was responsible today.
You know who wasn't very responsible today?
Oh.
Was Epic Games, who spent all of that sweet, sweet Fortnite money to buy Psyonix. Now, you might ask yourself, but Sean, what does Psyonix do? Well, they make Rocket League.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. They're the developers behind Rocket League. So apparently they've had a bit of a history, like a friendly
Another
history
game
together.
I don't like.
I knew Epic.
Epic makes Fortnite.
And I knew Epic and Psyonix. Like, I knew both of them, but I didn't know who did what until you were like in the notes. It was like buys Rocket League development company. It's like,
yes. So that happened today. No details were discussed as to how much they bought them for. However, because Epic's trying to do their own games launcher, this means that if it hasn't happened already, pretty soon, you will not be able to purchase Rocket League through Steam. So
get it now if you want it.
Yeah, you will have to get it through the Epic Games Store in the future. On PC, anyway. This will not affect any people that have already purchased it on Steam. So you won't have to worry about, oh no, is my game going to go away or something weird.
Can that happen?
I have had it happen to Sword Coast Legends, which was a D&D sort of top-down, like, multiplayer strategy kind of game. Which, like, you built a character and you went through the Sword Coast doing adventures and stuff like that. Yeah, the developer, I think, like, went out of business, and you just can't buy the game anymore. So, and I don't even know if you could download the game anymore.
But if you already bought it and had already downloaded it, then it's not going away, right?
No. You just got to make sure that you don't get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I've also seen with Earthlock, which I've played on Game Night before. They actually, the developer actually, like, they released a new version, but they called it a different thing. So, like, there's two different versions in the store, and one of them's canceled, and, like, you can't buy it anymore. And the new one is, like, the one that you're supposed to get. Yeah, it's very weird and confusing.
Interesting.
But, so they bought them today. There's a bit of a hubbub because it's Epic buying something else and promoting its own store and thumbing its nose at Steam, and there's no details aside from that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is a publicly traded company, so I'm sure that if we wanted to do a tiny bit of digging and see how much they bought them for,
is Epic a publicly traded company? It might not be, Courtney. It might be privately owned.
I don't know, but if it's publicly traded,
I mean,
actually,
yes.
if either of them are publicly traded,
yes, but I don't know.
Then it would be in public. Then it would be in public record.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
So yeah. In other news, Steamworld Quest.
Yeah,
it's out. From Image Informed Games. It's good. We're going to talk about it a little bit more during Quest Log, since I have been playing it. Also during 8-Bit Adventures, this week in 8-Bit Adventures, because I am doing a Let's Play series for 8-Bit Adventures Game Night. Nice. So, and I even set up a second save file so that I could continue playing it over the weekend when I was unable to stream. So that's how committed I am to doing this Let's Play series.
Wow.
It just means that part 2 won't necessarily be a blind playthrough like part 1 was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, definitely really good. It's $15, $20, well worth it so far. And yeah. Also,
is that out on Switch?
It's out on Switch.
Okay.
Yeah. It might be like a timed exclusive or something. I'm not sure, but
okay.
Yeah. Also out as of this moment, you got your, and I think we talked about this last week, is your Final Fantasy X and X-2 or X and X2. Yep. Also Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, Zodiac Age.
I heard the Zodiac Age port is really good on the Switch. I read a couple articles.
Interesting.
I have yet to put it into my Switch, but it is in my purse.
Maybe I will pick that one up.
Because I couldn't find my Switch for 3 days.
Maybe.
I 12 is very. It's medieval Star Wars. Basically. It's very political. There's a lot of political stuff going on in it. It's got a cool. It's more of an ensemble cast than there being a main character, because during development it was going to focus on one character called Bosch, but then they're like, we need to have an 18-year-old boy to be the protagonist because Japan, and they changed it last second to have Vaughn, this young guy, be the main protagonist, and he's kind of annoying. He's not bad. He's not like Zidane. He's not.
I was gonna say, is he Zidane level? Because I might get mad.
No, Vaughn's just kind of along for the ride. He's just like kind of the main character, but he's just doesn't have a real reason or a real good reason to be involved in this crazy political plot and epic story that's going on with all these other super important people and knights and princesses from the kingdom.
Yeah,
he's just kind of there. But I really like 12. I like the aesthetic of it. It just the judges, and I really like that game a lot.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
cool.
really excited to play it. As I said, I kind of lost my Switch for 3 days. I had no idea where it was.
Oh no.
How does one do this?
One puts it in the bottom of their purse. And then puts jelly
understand.
beans
This
on
does not.
Courtney, how much stuff do you have in your purse?
How large can your purse be?
Like, are we talking bag of holding? Are we talking Heward's handy haversack? Are we talking portable hole?
I'm like, purses. A purse
Sometimes
is like
it feels
this big.
No.
You keep your wallet and credit cards and
no.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
if you're a makeup person, your makeup. I don't know. Like, not a lot.
No, I could fit a human head in my purse.
Why?
And close it.
But at that point, Courtney, is it a handbag as opposed to a purse?
Uh-oh.
Well, it's a tote bag more.
Is it just a duffel bag you carry around?
No, it's
carry a duffel bag in one hand and a boombox in the other.
Heck yeah.
Duffel bags seem like such a 90s thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
Like, I don't know anybody that aside from like, because everything switched to
everything is rolling luggage now. There was a change at one point where everything just turned to rolling luggage, and no more duffel bags were required.
Yep.
I still have a duffel bag somewhere that I use when I take trips.
I think I've gotten rid of all mine at this point.
I have too many bags. I have a problem with buying bags. I love bags.
I have a problem with backpacks. I have a lot of backpacks.
Messenger bags.
Yeah.
That's me. They keep making ones that are Zelda or D&D themed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm also mad that ThinkGeek made the backpack of holding and not call it the handy haversack.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Because there is the bag of holding, and it's the messenger bag, which 5th edition made it look like that. Made it look like a messenger bag. But yeah, then there's the backpack of holding it. It's like, no, that you call it a handy haversack. Since it's not technically branded, because you can't call it Heward's handy haversack, because that's owned by... Or you would just get a license from Wizards just to call it that.
But no, I technically have the convertible tote of holding from ThinkGeek.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's big. It's really big. It's 13 inches wide and 17 inches tall. So, yeah. But one loses their Switch by putting it at the bottom of their purse and then putting jelly beans on top of it.
I don't know. It's hard for me to relate because like everything I need I carry in my pockets.
Well, that's because you're a guy. And you don't need to snack like I do.
I get hungry.
Do you have... This is only half of my jelly beans at this moment in time.
No.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of sweets. Even though I really like sweets, I don't eat a lot of sweets.
Yeah.
No, I always have snacks.
I bought some chip witches today at the grocery store because I really wanted
chip witches.
I just really wanted ice cream.
A chip witch.
In chip witch form.
So chip witch is 2 chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
Well, bam.
That are on vanilla ice cream. Like an ice cream. It's like an ice cream sandwich, but instead of that brown soft cookie, you just have chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, okay.
And they're all
Yeah, I don't
individually
like-
wrapped.
And then it's rolled like a tire along other chocolate chips, so around the whole edge of the
Yes.
ice cream.
See,
It's-
I don't like ice cream, so
oh
that's
my
why
god,
it's
what's wrong with you?
it's the I like frozen yogurt.
No,
I like
disgusting.
No, but
I hate frozen yogurt.
the cream in it does not like me.
Ah.
And it just leaves this nasty film in my mouth that I just can't do. So, yeah. No. I don't do ice cream. I do frozen yogurt. I'll do gelato. I'll do
What about the
sherbet.
dairy-free ice cream?
What's dairy-free ice cream?
Well, they just
How-
essentially.
How is that ice
They
cream?
make like lactate ice cream and stuff like that. No, it just doesn't. It's not the same.
It's what Crispy Cone has.
Yeah.
Crispy
No.
Cone soft serve is dairy-free ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then it's probably fine. That's all right.
Yeah.
I can't. Tell
It's
the difference.
really good.
Yeah.
So, and actually, at some point, we will be covering that in our Berkshire Bites podcast series. We probably won't do individual ice cream places, but
King Cone, Crispy Cone.
yeah, we're probably just going to do like top 5 ice cream places in
Yeah.
Berkshire County.
Better not
Kinda
have
bad.
that gross frozen yogurt place on East Street.
I love Iolata. Stop that.
So,
Disgusting.
also, last bit
But,
of,
yeah.
of big news this week, and probably the most scandalous news this week, is a certain blue hedgehog got a
this
certain
is-
movie trailer.
Oscar
And-
bait. This is
Oh,
Oscar bait written all over
It
it.
is. It's.
It haunts my nightmares.
So I will say, I was not expecting. So number one, I wasn't expecting Jim Carrey.
Same.
Yeah.
I actually like that part of it.
And
No, I like that part.
I think when he finally gets into the Robotnik like outfit and like the
Mhm.
dyed mustache and everything,
Yeah.
that looks really
Yeah,
good
the
actually.
little thing at the end they show where he
Yeah.
looks like him. I was like, yeah. Even when he doesn't, he's got the little whatever comb over and the mustache. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm fine with that. Just
No, like, I'm
Sonic
totally happy.
himself looks so dumb. Just dumb.
Nightmare fuel.
No, just dumb.
No, nightmare fuel.
It's
No,
not
so
scary.
not okay
It
with
just
it.
looks so stupid.
Oh.
It looks
Yeah,
like
it's
elementary kid who just learned how to do 3D modeling on a computer made it.
well, I was gonna say an elementary school kid who's dressed up in a Sonic costume.
Yeah, a bad one.
Yeah.
That's been
I have
sitting in
seen,
your
And
closet for
what's funny
years.
is I've seen a couple people do like edits of the character design, and all you have to do is just slightly change some of the proportions, and it
Yeah.
looks infinitely better. Like it
Yeah.
changes it from what it currently is to like Detective Pikachu quality of how to do.
Fix the eyes.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't make him like so rotund. And yeah, it's fixed.
Actually, what they do is they make him more rotund.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
just
very
looks
like
like a-
he's just weirdly like stretched out kind of proportions. And what they do is they essentially like they make the legs a little skinnier and like almost like little stick legs and
Well, they're
kind of
supposed to
round
be.
and kind of round the body out a bit
Maybe.
to make it kind of an OG Sonic design.
Why wouldn't you just make it look like Sonic?
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't know
Begin
is
with.
if why don't they just or
Why,
here's the
Why
thought.
do this weird thing? Maybe this is just a huge fake out. What if this is
Nah.
just a fake out?
Nah, it's Sony wanting to do stuff.
Why
What
does
I don't
Sony
know
ruin
is
everything.
given that they had a number of kind of high quality Sonic cartoons
Yeah.
back in the 90s,
Yeah.
why did they not just do like a traditional style animated film?
Hasn't there been a relatively recent Sonic cartoon as well?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Um,
sure.
And
I believe so.
I've seen a lot of the argument is like,
Get
I mean, this
Urkel
is
to do the voice again. And
this is geared for kids. Kids are gonna love it, kind of a thing. This isn't really for nostalgic Sonic fans or whatever. But I question that because how is a movie marketed to kids leaning heavily into 90s nostalgia with Gangsta's
I-
Paradise?
that
I
was
know.
also
Like,
I
odd
kinda
choice
really
of
like
music.
that
Odd
part.
choice of very odd choice of music.
No, I still kind of liked it though. Like
I mean,
it
that was just so weird.
It made no sense. It made no sense whatsoever. And also, I don't know Gangster Paradise. I only know the Weird Al cover.
But like, I mean, I'm just so confused because like it seems like that they're trying to go for like what Pixar does, in that, yeah, we make animated movies that really appeal to kids, but also have elements that appeal to adults as well. But like, it just feels like it misses the mark on that. And so I'm just confused as to who this movie is for, because I can't get that from the trailer.
I'm really confused about, like, if they are saying that it's for kids. Like, I'm sorry, but this Sonic is not like anything like any kids have ever seen before.
I don't think that matters all that much.
And it's just so, like, why do a substandard Sonic if you're gonna...
Well, I also wonder, how much appeal does Sonic have with, like, kids in that demographic?
They know. All the kids know.
They do? Okay. Because, like, I don't know, you know, it's like, it seems, I mean, at least in the sort of public consciousness, it feels like, oh, it's just all Fortnite all the time kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, because, what's that?
Roblox.
Oh, Roblox. Yeah. I could see that.
That's so very popular
in
elementary school.
Yeah. Or like, or if it was really meant to just be like, oh, well, we're just going to make a video game movie for kids. Like, why not Minecraft? You know,
I don't know,
or something.
I also think kids are plugged in enough that they're going to be in the meme of how terrible this is.
Oh yeah,
that's going to hurt it.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope it fails. I hope it fails horribly and everybody's fired and never works in the business again who's involved in this.
Well,
that's my hope.
I don't want anybody to lose their jobs at the studio, because like, I like the people in the animation department, you know, I hope that they just,
I'm just obviously hyperbole, but
like, if it doesn't do
well,
the
animation people are just being told what to do. They're just like,
yes,
do this. You didn't create that design.
I hope
do this.
That if it doesn't do well, that they just learn their lesson. They take their lumps. They learn their lesson. And if they're going to do it again, do better.
Make 3 more terrible Sonic movies.
I will say, I swear to God that I hope this movie does not make more money than the Warcraft movie. Because that would be a travesty.
No, I would be very angry if that happened.
I think it has a bigger demographic. I think it has a bigger potential demographic too.
But it's just so much worse.
I don't know. Warcraft movie wasn't good. Wasn't great.
I don't think that Jim Carrey can save
it. So Warcraft was fine.
It was okay. It was okay.
I really enjoyed the Warcraft movie.
And honestly, I think it did its job. And I think the problem was that
it was just it was silly.
Was that
it was like, whatever.
It was kind of
fun, whatever.
It had an uphill battle from the get-go, from the inception of the idea.
As someone who was not into WoW, I greatly enjoyed the Warcraft movie.
All the orc stuff was great. All the human actors were awful. It was like the CG orcs showed more emotion and better acting than the humans did. My opinion. I just was uninterested in all the human stuff.
Gosh, it's been a while since...
But we got Khadgar.
It was awful.
No.
He's so trying too hard to be funny. It was just bad.
But that's the point. Yes. I mean, it's basically Dadgar 1.0.
Yeah, maybe that's probably just Josh not liking that.
You just play Horde anyway.
I don't even think it's that bias. I just thought the human actors were not good.
They were fine. They were fine. But yeah, no, I just like I don't know. I think this movie's going to be kind of on the same level or worse than the wretched Super Mario Brothers movie.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, I wonder.
Oh, I've been 100%. That's the, like, every time that I see something about that movie, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this looks bad.
As a kid, I liked the Super Mario.
I hated it as a kid.
I liked it.
I mean, I'm just going to say this. I believe that if I were to go see this Sonic movie, I would have to be heavily inebriated.
Well, then you're going to have a fun time, I'm sure.
Well, then you're gonna have a great
That's
time.
the only reason why. That's the only way that I could go and like see this and see myself having a good time enjoying it.
You know what? Go play Sonic 2. Have a good time. There you go.
Yep.
Better
Yep.
than the movie. Probably cheaper.
Oh yeah.
You get
Oh,
way
yeah.
more enjoyment.
Assuredly cheaper.
Get Sonic
Oh, yeah.
Generations. Actually. Get Sonic Generations.
Yes.
It's a great game. That's a
Is that
super
the
great
fan-made
game.
one?
Nope. It came out in like 2010, 2011,
Okay.
and it kind of mixed. There were like
Yes.
there was like a time travel, and there was
That's
like some
right. Yeah,
young
yeah.
Sonic levels and some 3D levels.
Yep.
And it actually did the 3D levels well.
Yeah.
It was a really fun game. So play Sonic Generations if you want a really cool Sonic experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or play Sonic Mania. Is that the one that came out last year? The fan made
Yeah.
one? Was that
Sonic Mania Plus. Yep.
Yeah.
that one.
And that's even out for
Play
Switch,
the old
I think.
Genesis
That
one.
is out for Switch.
Yeah.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Yep.
Pretty much every other Sonic game is hot garbage.
I saw someone made like a Smash Brothers Endgame poster where they took like the Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo Mario Brothers with like this Sonic and pasted them in, and they're basically and then taking like the Angelina Jolie Lara Croft
Just-
and like
Yeah,
all the
like
video game
Blood
stuff.
Rain and
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, like can we? Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want any of
I'd
this.
watch
No.
that movie.
Oh, God.
No.
I mean, what have I said? What
No.
was the movie that we came to the conclusion that it was like actually the best video game movie? Oh, probably Wreck-It Ralph.
Mortal Kombat.
I would have to say if you're going to base it on a specific video game property, the first Mortal Kombat movie is one of the better ones.
Yeah, so that's
Astonishingly.
that's a fun movie. That's just
Yes.
a fun, silly movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't
never
take itself
saw it.
It doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what
Nope.
it is, and it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna make a dumb
The
Mortal Kombat
the
movie.
second one, ooh, no. Although I remember there used to be a show on the Discovery Channel called like Movie Magic or something like that, and I remember they used to have a bunch of episodes where they talked about Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and it was just how we brought Goro to life or whatever. And like looking back on that, it's like
so bad.
ooh.
Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No,
as
that
Guile.
was
I
awful.
remember they were talking about that.
Who's
on
the guy who
Between the
plays M.
Sheets.
Bison in that?
Oh, who is? Hang on, you
They
guys
were just
talk. I'll look it up.
Oh,
I
I
was
forget his
just
name.
listening to the Will Friedle Between the Sheets, and they brought up that or
Ew,
something with
that
Jean-Claude Van
movie
Damme.
it's
Rough.
a weird. That's a
They
weird
brought up
movie.
a whole bunch of different
And,
Jean-Claude
like,
Van Damme movies.
Ken and Ryu are arms dealers /
I don't know.
swindlers. It's weird.
Mm.
It has nothing to do with anything in the game.
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I've never
Yes.
played a Mortal Kombat game,
Oh.
so it's not my
But
style of game. I don't like that.
Ming-Na Wen played Chun-Li, so your Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. played Chun-Li.
Hey.
Kylie Minogue played Cammy.
Yep.
That's such a weird
Awesome.
I don't know.
movie.
So
I know.
funny,
I-
Australian woman playing British character. The accents are not the same.
Not the same, but they're not far off.
I mean, Australians play a lot of people these days.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Any of the
Hemsworth.
Hemsworths, yeah.
Yeah.
Any of that the brood of them that exists.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their
How-
father is a
how-
practicing dentist.
How is there a brood of people that good looking?
It's
Just
not
wandering
fair.
this planet.
It's
Yeah.
not fair.
I mean, I'm assuming that somebody made a deal with a witch somewhere along the way.
Freaking-
And it only costs them having to grow up in Australia.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I
The
mean, if
best
they could make
country.
it.
Yep. So, so yeah. I mean, it's Sonic trailer. Yeah. The good Jim Carrey
Jim
in the
Carrey.
Robotnik outfit. Great.
I haven't
The
seen
bad.
Jim Carrey in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, he kind of got a little weird. And then
I like that he's really weird. I think that's great. It's
Yeah,
one of
he
my favorite
kind of
things.
hermited a bit.
yeah.
But whatever.
He hermited for quite a bit.
Yeah, he kind of started looking like
Um,
Radagast the Brown.
Yeah, he's
the
like
wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got like pretty into the hippy dippy stuff, which is like, oh yeah, right on, man.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then kind of dropped out of just movies in general for a while.
He does like weird art and stuff, which also I'm like, yeah, rad, man, do it. I'm into it. You do what makes you happy. Yep. You got the money to do whatever you want. Go for it.
Yeah.
Use that liar money.
more like the Mask money. Although I don't know.
Yeah.
The kids these days know him from the Grinch.
They probably do know him from the Grinch rather than
I was gonna say, yeah, he.
They don't know him from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
or the Truman Show.
Oh,
that was a really good movie.
Truman Show has a place in my heart.
Yes,
there are times in my life where I feel like
you question if you're not in the Truman Show.
I'm like, man, when things like just work out for me, and I'm like, I don't deserve this. What the heck's going on?
Yeah. No, actually, it looks like.
And then I'm horrified at what people probably see of me if it were.
A little bit.
Yeah. No. His last before 2018, he was out of the spotlight for like 4 years.
Yeah.
He was in Kick-Ass 2 in 2013.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Dumb and Dumber 2 in 2014.
Yeah.
And then only since 2018 has he been in Kidding on Showtime.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is going to be his first movie since 2014.
Oh, no! Oh, well.
So it's been like 5 years.
He seems like he would do. I don't know, at least the stuff that they put in the trailer, I mean, the scene where he was like talking with the Major or whatever seemed a little too over the top and out of character for Robotnik.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he seems more like just like snarky as opposed to just bonkers.
Maybe that's going to be the change.
Maybe. Oh, maybe he starts off as just bonkers, and then like he turns evil, and then just turns into a genius mastermind.
Yeah, he's like a bit eccentric at first.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the weird egg.
He's so he just perseverates on the Sonic thing.
Yes.
So much that it drives him mad.
Yeah.
That's what I think it'll be.
I mean,
come on. They got when's this movie come out?
Is it November?
Is that enough time just to fix the Sonic design?
Probably not. I don't think it is.
Sonic 2019.
That could be just
a release date of November 8th.
So many people are going to be caught up on how dumb Sonic looks.
Also,
and Ben Schwartz is voicing Sonic.
I don't know who that is.
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
No.
I don't know. Let me see what else he's been in. He's wonderful at being an annoying actor.
Here's the other thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out in November. Maybe I'm thinking of video games. Maybe I'm not thinking of movies.
That's winter season for video games.
But usually, at least for movies, that's also like a popular month for stuff to come out. So I'm curious to see what sort of competition it's going to face. And if after this trailer comes out, if they're going to like maybe move the release date and either move it to something where it's not going to face competition, or do what a bunch of movies did a couple years ago when Star Wars came out and like move them into the release date for Star Wars and then like quietly bury the movie.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just Star Wars came out.
Yeah. Frozen 2 is coming out November 22nd. Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out November 1st. Let's see. Another Spider-Man movie is coming out this summer. More John Wick.
I might be thinking of Frozen 2.
As I say, yeah, it's really just those other two that I'm seeing according to scoopwhoop.com.
So the thing that I don't know is if let's assume that young kids are the target demographic for the film. If families with young kids are going to do the 2 movies in a month to go see Sonic and then go see Frozen 2, Because you know everybody's going to be bananas for Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not that it's a more kids movie, but Dr. Sleep is also going to be coming out November 8th. It's basically...
What's that about?
It's The Shining Part 2. For lack of a better...
Well, I don't think that's going to be competition per se for Sonic.
No, it's not really a kids movie.
I would argue very much that it's not a kids movie, Courtney.
But I might actually want to go see that. That looks really good, actually. But yeah, those are the only real 3 that are coming out in November.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks really
well, and then at the end of October, you've got Addams Family.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, that would be a one that I think people would be more apt to go see.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just there's so many confusing decisions.
Just dumb.
This film. Yeah.
Dumb.
Also, the rings are portals. I don't know if that was...
Why wouldn't they use City Escape as the song instead of Gangsta's Paradise?
You know what? I asked myself that very question, Josh, and I said, you could have made this better.
When they, at that part where he's about to turn up the music in the trailer, I'm like, if they do City Escape, I might be like, okay, this isn't as bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? Why are they playing this song from a Michelle Pfeiffer movie from 1995 by Coolio?
I don't know. And I was just like,
anyway,
totally, it's like...
It just annoys me.
I mean, it's like... I mean, no offense, but I don't know anybody in 2019 that's listening to Gangsta's Paradise.
Again, I don't even know Gangsta's Paradise. I know Weird Al's Amish Paradise.
It was...
In 1995, it was on the radio, I don't know, every other song.
Yeah, it was big then. It kind of ended up being like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I was 4 when that song came out.
I was 11.
So...
Yeah.
I was not listening to popular radio.
Yeah,
at that
no,
time.
it was on a lot. I mean, hence the reason why Weird Al made a cover of it, or a parody of it.
It's a huge song.
But yeah,
I know it was huge,
came,
but it was...
And it went, is the thing. So it's just odd. Again, odd choices that
I don't know.
Make me question who is this movie for. So
I don't know.
Because you say that it's for kids and not nostalgic Sonic fans from the 90s, but they laid it on pretty thick. Like every hero has a Genesis.
Oh Jesus! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely picked up on that one.
I'm not good at puns, so that's probably why.
I mean, you might as well just put in somewhere Sega does what Nintendo don't somewhere in the movie.
If that was just a trailer, I'd be like, nice. That's just a trailer. Play a commercial from 1993.
Oh my God. Oh, and back when Sega was so edgy. Ooh. Yeah.
That's why I'm so edgy, because I had a Sega Genesis.
When you had all the weird things and then the commercial just ended with something going like Sega.
Yeah.
Just edgelord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Sega system was all black. So edgy.
Yeah, my first system was Dreamcast.
Sega Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm.
Sega.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Mm-hmm. That also came out for the GameCube. Just FYI.
Did it?
It did. I have it.
Nice.
Which basically turned into just Chow Garden Deluxe. Was what that game turned into. It was, I am running these missions to feed my Chow Garden. I don't actually care about the story anymore. So.
Anyway.
Yeah. That kind of wraps up the pressing news of the week. I tried finding more stuff at the last minute, just to pad out the thing a bit.
It's
and I couldn't really.
And we are gonna go on for a while with the spoiler cast.
Couldn't really.
That's the big news, unless you're into Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's right. But I haven't watched. So
I subscribe to HBO Now just for.
Hey, you want to share that login?
Well, so here's a funny anecdote.
I don't share my personal information.
We have HBO, right, as part of our cable package. And Megan went to try and register HBO Now. And when she went to try and register and enter in our like Spectrum information, Spectrum said, "You don't have HBO." And I'm like,
"What?
No, we do."
That's like when I try to pay my bill online. They're like, "What's your account number?" And I put in the account number. Like, this doesn't exist.
Oh, that happens to me all the time with the water bill.
Like, what?
And I'm like, okay, well, all right, you don't want my money.
Account number on the bill
fine.
here. Understand what you want from me.
Yeah. So that does remind me. I have to go look that up and find out what's going on with that. So, yeah.
Just my hot take. I liked that Game of Thrones episode. I know there's a lot of controversy over it, but I liked it.
Were you able to see what was going on?
Yeah. Yes. I want to know why I liked it, because that episode created an awesome sense of dread and hopelessness.
Oh, that's what you feed on.
Which is what I strive to do. I'm striving to do in my D&D game right now. And that's what you. That whole episode up until the very end, I was like, they're gonna lose. I was like, everyone's gonna die. This is it. They're not gonna win. That's what I thought the whole time. I kept looking at how much time was left in the episode. I was like, there's not enough time for this battle to turn around. I'm like, what are they gonna? How's this gonna end?
Kame.
I wish. I'd like that too. I'd be like, all right. Well,
one of these days, I want there to be some property that like they essentially like do a partnership with what's the animation studio's name that does Dragon Ball?
I don't know.
Is it Funhouse?
Funimation?
I mean, Funimation would be for
does
the dubbing.
They do like the dub.
I was gonna say, I know that they do the dubbing,
but
that's where Miss Laura Bailey got her start.
Might be Toei Animation.
Yeah, but like if somebody like the production behind Game of Thrones or I'm trying to think of something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, like something totally separate. Even if it was for like a weird, it would work better for something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where you could do like a weird one-off, or Supernatural. That would be the play. Supernatural does weird stuff like that all the time. And like all of a sudden, like, you start hearing like 10 minutes into like an hour-long episode, and then it's just like, Kame, and then like off in the distance, and it's just dragging on through the episode. And then finally at the very end, like when they're in like a big boss fight, like villain fight or whatever, then it's just a giant beam comes down. And then Goku comes down and he's like, ha ha! And then the episode ends.
Great.
If they hadn't killed off the trickster gods in Supernatural like 10 seasons ago, that would have been perfect for that.
I've asked this before. How many seasons of Supernatural are there?
There will be 15 when it's done.
Yes. So they have announced that it is ending after, I think, the next season. Because I think it's not this current 14? Season.
Are they in 14 right now?
I think so. I think they just concluded wrapping up the next season, like shooting for it, maybe.
It's just called Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
Well, no, because now it's like Two Brothers, an Angel, and a pizza place or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I think Castiel's still hanging around downtown.
I believe he is.
Walking fast.
Let's
Faces past,
see
he's homebound.
what this says. I don't know. It won't let me watch on Hulu without live
it's
TV.
Fine. Not important. So, but yeah, that wraps up the news for this week. We are going to do an Endgame discussion. We're going to do that after we do This Week in 8-Bit Adventures and Questlog. So that way, anybody that doesn't want spoilers, you can go ahead and end, when we finish with Questlog. And then people that have seen Endgame, you can stick around for the whole thing at the very end. So,
yep.
So let's get into This Week in 8-Bit Adventures, shall we?
Yep.
All right, so really quick for podcast, Berkshire Bites. Megan and I talked about our experience at Lua Holly.
Yeah.
And namely, what that poor place can do to get better.
Oh,
we tried to make it really constructive. That the building needs some love because it needs some repair.
I actually know one of the guys whose parents own it. And yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah. I mean, even when you walk in, the ceiling needs some repair work done.
But how was the food?
So we decided to try new stuff instead of just getting like a poo-poo platter and fried rice and what everybody typically gets when they go there. They could use some changes to the menu. And stuff was surprisingly a little disappointing. So, but we gave our thoughts on what they could do to improve it. We wanted to apply constructive criticism. We didn't want to just be like, "Oh, we were disappointed."
No,
and we're gonna be like a YouTube video and talk for 20 minutes on why everything's horrible. No, it's like if I won the lottery and just had a whole bunch of money floating around, this is what I would do: make the changes to the place, or just things that they could do to kind of draw in more people, because it was very, very slow.
It looks almost like Debbie Wong's in Pittsfield.
Yeah.
Like driving by, unfortunately.
Oh, the Wanger? That's what we
I remember when the place next to it used to be the bread shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a little kid visiting in the summers.
Yeah.
I remember when that was the bread shop.
So, but it's like, because it also does Polynesian, like it's something that they could really capitalize on that, because nobody else does that.
Yeah.
So. And they have a stage in the restaurant that they don't use.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a stage.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've been once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You like if you get a poo-poo platter, or if you get kind of your standard Chinese takeout fare, it's it's decent. It's a little pricey for what you're getting, but it's decent. It's kind of when you start veering into like the specials territory that it gets a little But Berkshire Bites episode 5 is out right now. You can go catch it either on 8bitadventures.com or on your favorite podcast app.
Woo.
So, and that is made possible through the support of our patrons at patreon.com/8bitadventures. Thank you, patrons.
Woo, thank you, patrons.
So, we're going to go to Chef's Hat next. So Chef's Hat is up in Williamstown. It's a nice little diner. So we're going to go for breakfast.
Ooh, fun.
Maybe. We're going to try to go for breakfast. It gets really busy. So.
Yeah.
There was no comic this week because Megan and I went to cake tasting and I didn't have any time.
Melody's mad.
Yes, because she bakes cakes. And we didn't have her cakes. So.
Yeah. So are you guys doing a pie cake?
No.
No?
No.
No pie cake for the wedding?
No. I'm not baking it. And that's how it would have to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And then for streams, part 1 of the Let's Play series for Steamworld Quest. So.
Yeah.
Coming up this week, part 2 of our Steamworld Quest series. And then episode 14 of Tales of Jamora, where let's see who else dies. Spoilers.
I am so excited for this.
My money's on
coming
that.
up.
Everybody dies.
I'm just honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay
like as I told you guys in pre-roll, like I am so excited to be able to use my new Pretty Rose Quartz dice that I got in Boston at Pandemonium Books and Games. So nice, awesome shout out to them. They have some amazing dice selection. And these ones liked me. So I'm really, really excited to roll them and see where this goes.
So as a little bit of a hint as to what's coming, dear viewers, we invite you all to be our guest this Friday.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Why I should have known.
Because there is all sorts of stuff is going to go down.
Oh, that just hurt my head. That just hurt my head.
And it will be an opportunity to show off my favorite spell in the player's handbook. But I'm not going to spoil that.
Oh gosh.
Time stop.
No, that's a terrible spell, and everyone that uses it should feel terrible.
Meteor storm.
No, that's not my favorite.
I mean, I will be there with all of my dice, so.
No, you guys are too mainstream. Too mainstream.
Hunter's Mark.
No, I hate Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is bad design.
Haste.
No.
Slow.
You're again too mainstream. You're not.
Slow is not mainstream. I think not enough. I think slow is incredibly underrated. That spell is awesome.
I think now that one Caleb Widogast of Critical Role has shown it off. I think a lot of people. He has slow, and he uses it.
It's an awesome spell.
He uses it for big group fights. Yeah,
I like to I like to hold it in my back pocket against you guys every once in a while when I DM and just drop it on you, and you're like, oh man, I forgot how much this sucks to be slow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing I got actually. I got cards. I got spell cards for bards.
For your bards.
for
bard
my
cards.
bard and the bard that I watch over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So.
Nah, I was actually really, really excited about those. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm excited. I have new toys to play with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow night, Thursday, May 2nd, 8 p.m., 8-Bit Adventures Game Night. Tune in for Steamworld Quest. And then Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m., 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I think I might have to edit.
Because remember the week that I thought that it was 7:30 and you called me like,
yes.
Hey, are you on your way? And I'm like, my brain thought it was 7:30.
Yes,
not
7 p.m. I am definitely going to check that and make sure. I'm going to check that right now, actually. I think I scheduled a post that says the wrong time. 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Tales of Jamora, the Kraken's Wake.
Yeah.
Right here on twitch.tv/8bitadventures.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now that we've got that taken care of, why don't we get into this week's quest log?
Yeah.
So, quest log.
Yes.
There's been a couple of different things, but it is where we discuss what we've been playing over the past week. And you know what? Let's see. Where's my scheduled posts? Yep, I totally put the wrong time. So
cool.
Yep.
Get it together.
Don't at me. Courtney, what have you been playing?
Courtney has been playing Lost her Switch for 3 days.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that. Yes.
That being said, as I've said before, I've been sewing a lot this week for cosplays and for dice bags and working on all of that for other geeky stuff. And I did pick up the Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, so it's in my purse. I just have to get some time in to play it. And now that I know where my Switch is.
Nice.
Because it was bad. Because I spent one night going to see Endgame, and then I've just been called in early every other night this week, or last week, for work. So, yeah.
All right.
Been lots of work, and I had my final presentation this last weekend for class. It was the last class of the semester. So now I can actually play some games for a bit before I have to go back to class.
Nice.
So
what you're saying is that I need to blow through Steamworld Quest so that way we can do our multiplayer Stardew Valley stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or remember viewers, you can oh wait, no, I don't have bonus game night streams up there. Maybe I'll add that.
Yeah.
Remember, viewers, that you can cash in the pie cakes that you earn from watching to get bonus streams. As of right now, it's just the art stream or world building streams for Jamora. But
We can add others.
Yeah, can always.
And
add
Sean
other
can
stuff.
text me and say, "Hey, get on. Hey, get on. Hey, we're playing, right?"
We'll have to figure out how to set it up first because I don't quite know how a Stardew
I
Valley multiplayer works yet. So
don't know either.
Yeah.
I know that because we are friends and we are on the same online,
Yeah.
like we can play. I just don't know how that works.
Yeah.
How that looks. So.
All right, Josh.
Huh?
I would say with MLB 19 the show. What
the best RPG of the year? MLB the show 29. It is. This isn't even a joke.
So wait,
it is.
So
wait,
is it
seriously?
Is it?
It's
like,
baseball.
is it Major League Baseball or okay?
Yeah, Major League Baseball.
It's the show.
The show
Confuses me.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
been called
it's
the show for a long time.
Okay.
Long time.
Okay.
It is the show is the PlayStation exclusive.
This is the official MLB baseball game.
Okay.
Yes.
And the best RPG of the year, 2019.
Because there is another baseball game called RBI Baseball.
Crap, don't get it. It's awful. Play the show. Play it for the RPG experience. There's stats. You want stats? You got stats. You want character development? You got character development.
How is there character development?
You like hitting things with a club? Basically, baseball? You got it. So here's the RPG. So yeah, there's baseball, and you can do franchise mode, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But you can do road to the show mode, which is create a character, allocate your stats, do your character creator,
Yep.
blah 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 blah, and then you start out in it's the draft, and you got to go through the draft, and you get drafted by a team, and then you play minor league baseball. And I have it set you only play the parts where your character's involved in a play. So it'll simulate everything until they hit the ball to you on this play, you can play this part and make sure you do the right play. Or it's going to simulate up until you're up to bat. And every time you do those plays, if you do it well, you'll get bonuses to certain stats like arm accuracy, arm strength, reaction time, power to hit the ball, your contact stat, your plate vision, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you do poorly, you'll get negative stats.
Okay.
To those.
So, quick question. So if I wanted to play as Mookie Betts, who did some minor league play in the seed team of the Portland Sea Dogs in Maine, can I do that?
You can make your own character to be drafted into that. I don't know who does Portland Sea Dogs. What MLB team are they for?
They are for the Red Sox.
Then
I guess they're one of the seed teams, right?
When you're getting drafted, it asks you some questions. It's is there any team you hope drafts you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Seattle Mariners. I want to play on the Seattle Mariners because that's the team I actually like, regardless of me wearing the Boston hat.
Fun factoid: did you know that they used to be owned by Nintendo of America?
Wait,
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not anymore.
I like them because Griffey Jr. was on them in the 90s.
Yep.
So you were saying about seed teams. I was like, oh, does that mean that there are can I basically have them?
So not only that, there's also social stats between you and your teammates.
Oh, no.
There's a bro system.
Oh no!
Wait, what?
Oh my god!
Awesome. Okay, I feel like
it's so good. It's totally an RPG. It's an RPG.
I feel like I need to watch gameplay of this now.
So so you got your actual stats that affect your in game, how good you feel the ball, how good you hit, how good you pitch, blah 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 blah, and that's all affected by your gameplay. And you can also I want to go to the gym and do these exercises to work on this particular stat, or I want to go to the batting cage and work on this particular thing, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also the social stat system, where it's what type of player are you? Are you the captain? Are you a lightning rod? Are you a maverick? Are you the heart and soul of the team? And so there's dialogue choice. Sometimes players will come up to you in the locker room.
Are you the bad guy?
No, I'm the captain and heart and soul of the team. I made myself. I made him just like me.
No, I was generally asking, can you choose to be the bad guy?
Yeah, you can have a
Okay.
rival on the team.
Okay,
if
you could
want
totally choose to be the heel of the team.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so like you'll get social interactions with people in the locker room, and it's just like, I hope you're ready for the game, or like, I really hope we beat this team. And it's nothing crazy. It's just like some are like a bit snarkier than others depending on which one. And then there's like there's talent trees for the social points you get, and you level up in different social aspects, and you can take these abilities that like and set them in your character, and they'll give you different advantages in different situations in the game. So it's like for certain ones, I've got like, oh, if the count is 0-2, and there's like somebody on base, your chance like to get a hit goes up or something. And I'm telling you, man, it's the RPG of the year. I love it.
God, I wish.
And you like gotta have text conversations with your agent about getting you on the team and like negotiating your contract.
I did not realize that these games had that much involved.
It's so fun.
Can I unlock like the hide in plain sight and camouflage social talent perks so that I can avoid people at work?
I want to sit in the corner of the locker room alone and not talk to anybody. That's what I want. But yeah, that's the mode I play the most. I'll probably eventually do like a franchise mode where I just simulate all the games in this, like basically just be the coach.
Yeah,
because I don't want to play through 100.
And I think
games
Madden's done a similar system too, right?
As I say, Madden has done something similar.
Yeah. This is not made by EA.
No,
it's like the only major sports game that's not an EA game. I want to say 2K makes. Is it 2K? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, I think
I
2K also does NBA though, right?
Yeah, NBA 2K, EA. Yeah, so 2K does NBA, EA does FIFA, NHL, and Madden.
NFL, yeah.
And then I forget who does this for MLB, but those are the major sports.
I mean, it's not on the box?
I'm trying to find it. I'm looking. PS4 doesn't.
All right.
All I know is it's a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Oh, there you go. So it sounds like it's first party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Which wouldn't be surprising.
There's Griffey on the back, number 24. He was on the cover last year. So yeah, MLB. I always get the MLB games just because of all the sports. I actually like baseball quite a bit. I can't watch baseball on TV to save. I can't watch any sport. I hate watching sports. I cannot watch sports. I like participating in sports or participating in video game versions of sports.
Baseball
I can't watch any sports.
Baseball's great for like background noise.
I can't.
See, I personally,
but like it's not for actively watching. It's just like you put it on if you just need some sort of noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I love watching baseball.
I used to do fantasy baseball, and that would interest me enough to like, oh, I'll look at their stats, and I would change my team depending, blah blah blah. Even I got kind of bored of that. So yeah, MLB the show's fun. It's always a good baseball game. If you like baseball, get the game. It's a lot of fun. Nice. If you like baseball and you like RPGs, get the game because the road to the show is RPG of the year. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
That's hilarious.
So
it's so fun. I knew you guys would think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's an RPG game in this baseball.
It's just the fact that there's social talents and social talent trees.
And the bro system. That's right. So you can be like unfamiliar with people on your team. You can be friendly, or you can be bros with people on the team. And like to get certain talents on your character, you have to have X amount of bros on the team. For certain social talents.
Oh no!
So it's like you need 12 bros to have this talent on your character.
Oh, it's like combo moves in Chrono Trigger. You have to build up your affinity with X number of characters in order to unlock this combo move.
It's dumb and jockish, but it's so funny. It's so good. I love it.
I don't know what to say.
So. Going to something a little more ridiculous. Well, I don't know if there's anything more ridiculous than an RPG in a sports game, but Mortal Kombat 11.
Yep.
You know what? While I was at GameStop, I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to play it, and it looks good. So I haven't played it a lot. I mostly.
Is there a pre-owned copy yet?
There was. There was. There was a PS4 pre-owned copy. But I just got the new one just because.
Yeah.
It was only like $5 difference, so I said, whatever.
Yeah.
I've mostly only done the tutorial stuff just to get a feel for it because I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game probably since I was in 5th grade on the Sega Genesis.
I just remember back B.
Yeah.
Back B. That's Scorpion's old school spear throw combo.
Yeah, it's back forward one of the punch buttons now. It's but
I
it's
don't know. I know some people were mad that the ladies
fun.
are now more covered.
Whatever. There's a million skins for every character.
Yeah.
When I was looking through it, it's crazy the amount of different skins there are for each character.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you could find a skin that's more for making
more skins
clad if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Whatever, if that's your deal. But it definitely plays a lot different than Street Fighter.
Yep.
Street Fighter moves are way more complicated, and combos are about timing your button hits. Mortal Kombat is you just hit the buttons in the right order and you do the thing.
Yep.
Which I'm like, wow, this is so much easier than Street Fighter to play, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
You
hit the buttons right and you do the thing.
Yeah, you hit the combo buttons in the right order and you do it. It's great. So for me, that's like, wow, this is kind of refreshing and different from Street Fighter, where I'm sitting there on the practice mode, just bashing my head against my desk trying to get these combos to go off.
Yeah.
Like, oh God. So yeah, I've been doing that mostly, just trying to find a character that I like their style a lot, so that I can have a couple mains and really learn how to play them. I mean, Scorpion's fun. Sub-Zero's fun. They're cool.
Those guys are always good.
Scorpion's got like a katana now, and he's got the chain, and he's like does fire stuff, and Sub-Zero's got like ice axes, and
I mean, Scorpion's done fire stuff since.
Well, one of his old fatalities was he took off his mask, but
that was in the original game. Is he took off his mask?
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they really played it up in 3, I think, where they gave him fire abilities.
Yeah, like all of his special moves have some type of fire on it.
Yeah,
it's cool. Like I said, I haven't played a Mortal Kombat in a long time.
Yeah,
a Street Fighter person for forever.
I think the last Mortal Kombat I played was the.
I might have played one on PS2 a long time ago.
The awful Legends of Sub-Zero game or whatever.
Infamous.
Yeah, I rented it.
Yeah, I think I was in this would have been circa 2004. So probably PS2. I think me and my roommate rented whatever Mortal Kombat came out at the time and we were playing it, but I hardly remember.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking. I want to do some of the story mode this week because I think it's flipping ridiculous from some of the videos I've seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's an old Johnny Cage interacting with a young version of Johnny Cage.
Yep.
And it's just dumb and stupid, and I love things that don't take themselves seriously like this and just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're jumping the shark. Let's just do it and be ridiculous.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat's always been about
exactly
an absurd level of camp.
Yeah. And learning the fatalities and all the silly dumb stuff and just
fatality, animality, baby
embrace
friendship fatality.
Yeah, friendship. So yeah, it's fun. I'm looking forward to play some more of it this weekend and trying to get good. And then the other game I played, probably more than both of these, is Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah, I saw that on Steam.
That's
been popping
a lot of fun.
Yep.
So I don't know. I was just talking to one of my friends on Discord, and they're like, "Oh, another friend convinced me to get this game and try it with them." So I was like, "Oh, I'll download it. It's only $20. Why not? I'll give it a shot. It looks fun." So we started playing it, and we've been playing together almost every day. So it's a third-person shooter roguelike. So levels are somewhat procedurally generated, kind of, not quite. And it's basically just a game that gets more and more difficult the longer you play it. So you start a run, and it just, in the top corner, there's a thing that says what difficulty it's on. And as time passes, you see it going from easy, medium, hard, crazy, impossible, I'm coming for you. And then it's just, the last one is just, ha, 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 that goes on forever.
That's disturbing.
Nice.
It's great. So the point is, you start off with nothing, and you run around the level with just your basic abilities that your character has, and you kill enemies to earn money so that you can open random chests and stuff around the level that give you different items that give you different effects to your attacks and abilities. And you're basically just trying to make your character stronger and stronger to keep up with the difficulty that keeps getting harder and harder and harder. And the point is just to see how long can you go before you fail.
Yeah.
And it's actually a lot of fun. I've never really played roguelites before because I'm like, I wouldn't be into this. It doesn't like you do all this progression, then you lose it.
I was gonna in
it's a lot of fun.
Standard roguelite fashion. Do you then does your progress unlock anything for future playthroughs?
So yeah, you start off with like just one class, or type of character, and then you do different achievements as you play, and it starts unlocking other characters or other different types of items you can find while you play. Different enemies and stuff like that. The game's only in early access, so it's not complete. It feels like a complete game. It feels like a complete $20 game to me right now. With how much I've played it and gotten out of it and plan to keep playing it. But I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think there's 6 different character classes you can choose from, and each one has their own unique set of abilities and play styles. There's like Commando, which is like just your basic shooter guy. There's a Huntress, which is a bow. I always choose Huntress because you don't have to aim her attacks; they auto seek, which is good for me.
Yes,
and she's also got a blink teleport thing, which makes her really mobile, and she's got a really nice basically WoW Huntress move where she throws a thing and it bounces between enemies.
So you're saying that she has like a dagger that bounces among enemies. She has a short range teleport, and then she's has homing attacks. Does she have like undead skin and red eyes and smeared mascara and is just angry all the time?
She has like a purple color.
It was like, that's Heroes of the Storm Sylvanas to a T.
And her ultimate is like she does a rain of arrows in an AoE area. But then there's like a little robot guy who just has a Gatling gun. He's kind of like Bastion.
Nice.
And there's a mage character. There's basically Genji.
Does he need healing?
Yeah, because being in melee is very difficult, and being in melee is not usually good in this game. Usually this game's like you want to just be moving all the time. Because once you get to the really high difficulties, everything one shots you pretty much no matter what. So it's just about being mobile and being able to do a lot of damage is basically what you want to aim for.
So here's my question: it's
really fun to play with friends. I've been playing with 2 friends. You can have up to 4 people. It's just fun to you're playing together and you're kind of competing with each other, but you're also working together. You're not being competitive in a way that you're screwing each other. It's just like, who's going to do the most damage at the end, or who's going to be the most useful person on the team, and who's going to find the best items first, and blah 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 blah. And you're not you can't kill each other really or anything like that, or not directly. It's a fun game to play together, and basically a good run is 70, 80 minutes. You're just and by the end your hand is oh my god, my hand is cramped and hurt because you're just for 70, 80 minutes and oh my god.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun game. I didn't think I would like this type of game, but I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. So if it's I think it's $20. If you have a group of friends, 2 or 3 people who wants to play together and just have fun and shouting and yelling oh my god, and get over here, and and if you're really good, you're you're helping people oh, I opened this chest, this loot's probably better for you. You should come grab this, and that's when it really works well, I think. But it's a fun game. Risk of Rain 2.
Nice.
I've been playing it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot. I've played a lot of games this week, and I played some HOTS, but HOTS is always hot.
Yeah.
You're making up for the games that I didn't play.
I forgot to put that in the show notes. Anduin is out or on the PTR.
Oh, really? I didn't even hear anything about it.
Yes, Anduin Rin, also bearing Charlemagne.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is he a support?
I believe he's a support.
How
I think
did
he's
not
weird. Like he's a
notice?
priest character that wields a sword.
What?
Or like he might be fulfilling like the holy paladin kind of role. Although Uther already does that, so it might be like that he just has unusual ability, like that he's very priest, but he's got unusual abilities because he also has Charlemagne. So, yeah. But it's either PTR or he's live. I'm not sure which one, or if it's just that he's been announced.
I think he's just been announced.
Okay. So yeah, I have not been playing HOTS at all.
Yeah, this just came out yesterday. He was just announced yesterday. That's
okay. Yeah.
I haven't been on HOTS in a couple days or paid attention.
But Megan and I have been playing more Innovation. I finally got to win a couple games.
Yay!
Yeah. So that game's still really fun. We should play it sometime at like a in-person game night or something.
Yes.
Because it is basically like Civ Tech Tree the game. Where like the whole game is you're just playing different technologies and either then drawing cards or scoring cards or using your technology to do stuff. And sometimes it's like to attack other people, other times it's to do stuff. And each technology has a bunch of icons on it, and if people match or exceed the number of icons that you have in that particular thing, they might also get to do it. Or it provides a defense against like your attack stuff. So yeah. It's a nice little game. It's from Asmodee Games. They make a couple of tabletop like card games. Got back into Torchlight 1 on Steam.
I played that a long time ago. I played
I was like, I should go back and play Torchlight.
I liked it a lot when I played it.
I actually so I really liked it too. I really love the art style.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me sad that they went to a less sort of cartoony art style for Torchlight 2.
I don't think I played Torchlight 2, and if I did, not a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been going back in, really enjoying it. So it's kind of just like my chilling out late at night, like watching a stream or something, and I'll pop that on and just run a couple maps.
I feel like there's a Torchlight MMO coming out.
Yeah, at some point.
Maybe later this year.
Yeah. Also, Torchlight 2 is apparently slated for Switch later this year. So
for those who don't know, Torchlight is kind of like Diablo.
Yes, it's sort of an isometric action RPG. Does the same thing. You've got talent trees or skill trees that you put points into when you level up. When you level up, you get points that you can put into basically melee damage, range damage, magic damage, or defense. Your character gets a bunch of skills that you can learn by putting points into, but there's also spells that you just might pick up a scroll and then you just use the scroll to learn the spell. But my main drawing point, and this should be a surprise probably to nobody that's been listening to the podcast for a while, is you have a pet.
Yeah.
You just get a pet standard. Your pet also has an inventory space. It's so useful, though.
Yeah, it's so useful.
So
it brings items back to town for you and sells them.
Yeah, your pet functions in combat.
Your pet can sell stuff for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, your pet has its own inventory, and what you can do is you can throw stuff in your pet's inventory, and then there's a little send to town button, and then your pet just runs back to town on a timer, and as you get higher and higher level, the timer goes up. And then when it comes back, you just get money for all the stuff that you sold.
I love
super
that.
useful.
That was one of my favorite things about that game.
That's amazing.
Because Diablo didn't have anything like that.
No. The only thing that makes me sad though is I have so many town portal scrolls.
Yeah.
That I'm like, well,
I never used them. I
guess I should just use the town portal scroll because I also need to do other stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm finding I'm having a difficult time giving up really good gear that I got really early on. Like unique gear that I got pre-level 10.
Yeah.
That is still really good.
Yeah. That happens.
Because I enchanted it and enchanted the bejesus out of it. So I've got really good enchantments on it. But yeah. So I've been having a really good time with that. You can also go fishing and you pick up fish that basically are
Why
enchantments
doesn't
for your
that
pet.
surprise me that
So,
you'd like that?
I mean, it's not like it's nowhere near as complicated as like Stardew Valley's fishing system is. It's basically it comes up with a fishing icon and with a small circle around it, and then there's a big circle that like will expand or contract, and you just have to match when it matches the inner circle, and then you push the button and you catch the fish.
Wow.
So it's literally just like a patience game.
I mean, and I just got good at Stardew Valley fishing.
I still think Stardew Valley has the best fishing system.
Like, I like that fishing system.
If you're going to do like a separate kind of GUI based fishing system. Otherwise, I think Zelda's also pretty good in terms of fishing. But yeah, you catch fish, you feed your pet fish, and it turns your pet into monsters. Gives it a temporary monster buff that they then get like special abilities based on the monster.
I remember that. That's right.
So you get like a big bat fish, and your pet turns into like a vampire or weird vampire bat thing called a Vargoyle. So it's like a weird vampire gargoyle thing. Or you feed it a goblin fish and it turns into a goblin hound or something like that. But yeah. So the art style is really good. It is only single player. Torchlight 2 is multiplayer, so they did that. There's 3 classes. And yeah. I'm basically going through picking up all the passive stuff. Because like I put 1 point in explosive shot. And I'm like, there. I don't need any other skills, and I don't need to put any more points into it. And then I'm just going to stack experience gain, fame gain, plus gold, plus treasure finding, like plus range damage and reduce ranged weapon requirements, plus defense and reduce armor requirements, plus pet damage and health and reduce travel time for your pet. So I'm just like, I just want all the quality of life passive upgrades. I don't want to have to deal with multiple skills. Which I think is a build that I saw like way back in the day where it's just like, yeah, just put a couple points in explosive shot and you're good to go. And do whatever else you want. So, and then Steamworld Quest, obviously.
Yeah.
So I know like there was some like concerns about the card-based stuff. Totally not a problem. It actually works really well. So the way it works is you get, I think, 3 characters in battle. Each character gets an 8-card deck. And then what it does is it combines all 3 decks, and then you draw like 5 or 6 cards each turn. And any cards that you use are then used up, and any cards that you don't use are left over. There's 2 different kinds of cards. There's basic cards, which essentially like give you skill points or Steam points, as they call them. And then there's skill cards, which require the use of Steam points to use. So it becomes a balance of like trying to set up combos where you use a bunch of basic skills to then get enough Steam points to use your big, powerful skill-based card. Additionally, if you use, and you get to play up to 3 cards a turn. And it's just, so it means like you might have a character that doesn't act at all because you didn't play any of their cards. But if you play 3 cards of the same character, in a turn, they get to add a bonus 4th action as a combo. And the weapon you have equipped determines that like bonus card that gets played. So Armely, one of the main characters that you start off the game with, who's basically like a fighter or maybe paladin-ish, but mostly fighter, has like a lot of self-sustain kind of a thing. So if you play like with her basic sword that you start out with, if you play like, 3 of her things, she gets a bonus attack where she deals, moderate damage and self-heals kind of a thing.
Ooh.
Whereas one of the other characters you pick up who's basically like either a healer or a tank, he starts out with like you do his attacks, and then he gives everybody a defense buff and a very, very small amount of healing to everybody. And your mage character will like put a shield on everybody, so it gives everybody temporary hit points. And what's great is you can combo it with a skill that you cast on somebody that gives them temporary hit points, so that you can just like shield the entire party. So, yeah, I'm really digging the quest, the quest game. One of the other things that's interesting is when you save at a save point, it auto heals your characters, but also causes all nearby enemies to respawn.
Oh.
Yeah. So I like games that introduce like interesting respawn mechanics. Like Breath of the Wild, I love the whole Blood Moon thing that they put in, where you could like just decimate entire areas, and then enemies were just gone until the Blood Moon came back, and then everything respawned, and they provided an in-game reason for it. But this one, yeah, so it's when you rest, it's, you know, like you heal up, but at the same time, enemies come back. So you can do that for grinding, or it gives you an opportunity to be like, well, do I really want to save and then have to deal with backtracking my way through enemies? I don't know. So
yeah.
But yeah, I am enjoying the card-based stuff. So it's got a little bit of deck building and then a little bit of strategy in there. I mean, you can set it up so that you know, one of your characters doesn't use any skill-based cards and is solely for the purpose of generating Steam points for your other characters. Because your team shares the pool of Steam points. So it's not like each character has their own mana pool kind of a thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And it goes from like 1 to 10. So it maxes out. And then, you know, really powerful skill cards might cost 4. So you have to essentially use 4 basic cards to get enough to use that one.
Yeah.
So there's also combo cards, which requires a specific character to have used a card before that card is played. So like there's a card that the tank guy has. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Where it's like Megaton Punch, and it costs 4, and it deals double damage if Armalee, your warrior character, plays the card before it.
Oh.
Kind of a thing. So yeah. And then enemies just get 1 action each turn, unless it's a boss. So you can always count on like the enemy not, you know, like doubling up on stuff unexpectedly. So yeah. Cool. I dig it.
Interesting.
I dig it. The only thing I don't like though is it's kind of forcing like a like so I just got to the point where I can start upgrading my gear, and it turns out that the cards associated with the newer gear are worse than the cards associated with the original gear. So it's like, do I want better stats? Or do I want a better skill if I combo?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, for Armalee, if you upgrade her sword, she goes from, instead of having, like, moderate damage attack, which is really good, to, and self-heal, to instead dealing a very, very low amount of damage and then inflicting bleed on an enemy, which is they take damage whenever they act.
Oh.
Which works for, you know, bosses and stuff that if they act multiple times in a turn. But for like regular enemies, I would rather just deal the straight up damage and wipe something out.
Yeah.
So.
Reminds me of an ability my character in Warhammer Online had, that you would put it on an enemy, and whenever they moved, they would take damage.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, that's
so
very
it was,
common.
and that was a PvP game. So like,
Yep.
It was awesome. So basically, the person's like, I either need to stand still and eat the damage he's gonna do to me if he like keeps hitting me, or I'm gonna run and eat the damage from running around.
It makes me wish that was like a hunter trap in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That would make a nice trap, actually.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite abilities in the game.
I think rogues get an ability that does that.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I'm really enjoying Steamworld Quest. Yeah.
Nice.
So Like I said, I set up a second save file, so I got a little bit further than I did with the Let's Play series. So I'm going to go back and use the original save file and continue playing through. So I've also learned a couple things that like would have made stuff easier, like giving the tank character crafting a taunt card so that he can taunt enemies. So yeah. So that is going to wrap up the normal portion of our episode. So, folks, we're going to go from here into Avengers Endgame spoiler territory.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to listen to that, be sure to check out all of our great content at 8bitadventures.com. That's 8-bitadventures.com. Patreon.com/8bitadventures if you want to help support this content. And big shout out and thank you to all of our current patrons. Our opening theme is One Up by Professor Shy Guy. You can check out his stuff over at professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. And so, without further ado, so I'm telling you folks out on Twitch, telling you folks on the podcast, and everybody, we're now going to be talking about Avengers Endgame. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to get spoiled, tune out now. You have been warned.
Yes.
Okay. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Korg
God, all of the peel.
Korg sitting on the couch in a Hawaiian shirt with Mick playing Fortnite is everything I ever wanted from this game, or from this movie.
I just love that you texted me that, and like I have to bring up like our actual
that was when we saw Infinity War. That was my question. I was like, where's Korg?
Yep.
I have to know. And apparently he's just hanging out in New Asgard with the big Thorbrowski.
With Meek.
and Meek. Yeah. And the fact that Chubby Thor is now going to be a thing for the Asgardians of the Galaxy, which will very likely be.
This gives me hope that I can pull off a Thor costume now.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, and I love like he's just in like a gray sweatshirt and a bathrobe, and he's
the dude.
Yeah.
He's just the dude.
100%.
And I loved the dude jokes.
Oh yeah.
Like that
Tony at one point's just like, listen here, Lebowski, get out.
Yeah, no, if they didn't say it, I was going to say it out loud in the theater, and then they got it, and I was like, good.
So, I really enjoyed it. I know folks are kind of harping on the Captain America ending. I don't think there's a problem with it.
What are people mad? Why? I shouldn't ask why, because people find things to be upset with.
Because apparently it breaks the internal consistency of time travel rules that are set up by the film.
Does it?
I don't think it does. And if it does,
I don't know. See,
screw it. I mean, it's time travel. It gets weird. It's quantum physics. Whatever, dudes.
I just have to say, like, I totally freaking called it. Because I was like, there's two ways that they're gonna do Endgame. It's either going to be like flashback, because I was wondering with Peter Parker having like gotten not the entire script, and I was like, okay, so that means one of two things.
Well, that's also they can't.
No, that means you can't trust Todd Holland not to spoil everything.
Yeah,
that's literally why you didn't get the script.
Yeah.
But that also means that either A, there was going to be flashbacks, which the entire freaking thing ended up being that. B, they were going to come back, which that also happened.
Well, we knew they were going to come back.
Yes,
like even without Spider-Man Far From Home being a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew they were going to come back.
That kind of irked me a little bit.
I have no problem with it.
Like, I get that, like, yeah, now you're going into it and you don't have, but I was like, really, you couldn't wait,
It's coming out this summer, Courtney. They couldn't wait until May to start promoting the film.
I know, and they couldn't wait.
It's not like a video game from Nintendo where they can be like, and it's out today, like they did with Mario Maker.
No, and I get it, and it makes sense that yes, we knew he was going to come back somehow. just like a little like, oh, well, okay, I know that they're going to come back or something, like before you even go into it. But I knew that they had to come back anyway.
I think now having seen the film, I think it makes it more interesting because a whole bunch of questions are raised. Like, I mean, so we assume that Peter and because I haven't seen any of the actual like Spider-Man Homecoming or any of those series of films, what his friend's name is.
I don't know. I don't remember his friend.
Like if they both got, dusted. No, because I would assume they did.
No,
they didn't both get dusted.
No.
Is that confirmed anywhere?
Yes, you see Peter returning to school. At the end, you saw him returning to school, and I didn't see Mary Jane, but I did see his other friend. And you see the reunion.
Well, no, because what I mean is if he didn't get dusted, he'd be 5 years older, and he wouldn't be in high school.
Oh,
this is something that's gotten brought up in one of the Discords that I'm in, is like, that's got to be messed up for like that all the kids that were in your grade are now like in college.
Yeah.
And like you essentially, like, all the kids that came back are now just essentially like held back 5 years apparently, even though no time passed for them.
You know, see the way that they made it look in the movie, like the way that they made it look like he hadn't been dusted away. But you're right, they would be in college by then.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I just assumed that they had both been dusted.
Yeah. No,
then brought back.
That makes more sense, actually. You're right. High school is 4 years. That's it. Yeah, they would have been out.
50% of people, so chances are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he was dusted.
I admit I was slightly disappointed that we didn't get a little more Hawkeye Ronin stuff, because like the way they started the movie, like you thought that like they were gonna go straight in and do like full on like this is
that was the cold open of the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was him. And you thought like we are gonna see his descent into just total vengeance, retribution kind of a thing, into becoming Ronin. And instead all we see is just him essentially like killing a guy in the street. Which, like, I mean, sure. I mean, in flashy neon Japan with the Yakuza, like, that just happens.
Yeah.
Like, in cinematic Yakuza Japan, that just happens.
These things happen as they do.
So, I mean, whatever. I mean, he got a cool sword. He got a cool katana out of it.
I love
your name's
Ronin,
you have to be sword guy if your name's
Ronin. I loved his katana with the whole cut in it, and
yeah. And then Hulk becoming, I guess there's a term for it. Is it the Professor?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
There was a run in the 90s where he was basically
nice,
just accepted being like, this is my form.
Yep.
It's like, yeah.
And then because when they initially go back to New York and they see like Hulk run by and smashing things or whatever, Cap's like, well, we got to make it a little convincing to confuse people or whatever. And Bruce is just like, and
yeah.
I hope I wasn't the only person that caught just like the visual pun of Bruce saying, I think it's a little gratuitous, as he's like ripping off his shirt and like being bare chested and everything.
Yeah.
And then going over and just be like, smash, 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 smash.
Yep.
So yeah. Something I thought was interesting was I didn't remember it, but somebody had pointed out is Cap's ending actually kind of fits in when in the previous films where he goes to visit Peggy Carter on her deathbed, and I guess like she won't really tell Cap who she ended up with, kind of a thing.
Oh.
Like they keep it vague. They kept it vague enough or whatever. So now it could be like, well, she can't tell him because it was him.
Yeah. And she knew that it was some sort of special. I just, like, there was so much crying and,
So Cap's ended. So I don't know if you caught this, Josh.
I do know.
Yeah,
I do know Cap's ending.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the movie. I just read all the spoilers.
Yeah.
But he gets to go back.
Josh's stance on Marvel movies at this point has been very clear. So
reading the spoilers, like, oh, this one seems it kind of did a little bit of a different thing, which I was like, oh, good for them. I mean, still kind of whatever. Avengers win, blah 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 blah, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and no X-Men.
I'm just
get together.
Nope.
Marvel.
Nope. Also no Stinger, right?
No, that bugged me.
No, I think it's perfect. This is
because it's the end.
It's the end.
I mean, I get it. I completely do. But I'm just like, oh, come on.
But
it makes sense.
I was talking with Megan's brother because we went to see it on the Cape, and I agree with him in that, like, maybe not as a stinger, but I'm very surprised that they didn't do something as just like a tribute to Stan Lee.
Yes.
Especially given that he passed away this year.
Like, I'm surprised that they didn't put even just a,
just an image that says, like, thank you, in loving memory of Stan Lee. Thank you for your...
Like, that's... I was very surprised to not see
that. I was kind of shocked.
Like, I would have... I think I was more upset that there wasn't that than the fact that there wasn't a post-credit scene.
And I was reading an article trying to figure out if there was going to be a post-credit scene. And it said, oh, but there's, like, a sound that will be, an Easter egg, like, for fans who pay attention to the series, kind of a thing. And so now I was like, what if it's going to be like a snikt or something like that? Yeah. And we're going to be like, oh my God, X-Men, whoa! No, apparently it was
just Hugh Jackman in his Australian accent. Oi, bub.
I'm retired.
No, he just starts singing The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or something weird where, like, you see, like, snikt or whatever, and then all of a sudden it pans back and it's like Deadpool or something. Yeah. But no, it was just the hammer sound from Iron Man, where he was building the suit the first time.
Oh,
so like a lot of the theories were flying about, like, the sound and thinking, like, oh, this could be a clue as to Phase 4 or whatever. And it's like, no, that's just a harken back to Iron Man, which kind of started this whole journey.
It did, and oh my gosh, there was so many tears. Oh, I was like crying for like the entire last half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
I know
the Star Wars level crying.
The big one for me was when they got everybody back, and all of a sudden, like, you start seeing all the portals opening, all the strange portals opening, and then it's just like, basically, you had a Smash Brothers Ultimate moment where it's like, everybody's here. It's like every superhero that they could have possibly summoned, and I was like, okay, so at what point are we gonna see Hugh Jackman and Sir Patrick Stewart just come, like, rolling through one of the portals and just be like, oh no, wrong movie, and then, like, wheel their way back out.
I was surprised to hear that they kill Thor within, like, the first 15 minutes of the movie.
You mean Thanos?
Or did I say Thor?
You said Thor. I'm like, what?
Thanos. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
But then it's just like, but then I was a little disappointed that, like, oh, it's just past Thanos now is going to be the big bad.
Yeah. So, like, when they did that, I was like, oh man, like, I mean, because we've already seen them, like, completely upend expectations before. Like, is this going to be, like, is there not going to be a big climactic battle?
Yeah.
And it's literally just, and then they start getting to the heist thing, and I'm like, oh, is this just going to be like a giant Ant-Man heist movie through time? And that's where the tension's going to come in. And then, when they started bringing in past Thanos, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Something that I really, really liked, actually, was the, I can never remember her name. I just know it's Karen Gillian's character.
Scarlet Witch. Wait, no, Karen Gillian is Nebula.
Yes, Nebula. So the merging of Nebula's memories
systems, yeah,
that was like, oh my gosh, like y'all messed up, like Thanos knows.
Yeah, like it makes you think of what happens if you have two
computers.
Like if you were to do time travel kind of a thing and have essentially two network-based systems in the same effect, if they would just like automatically sync up like that and cause problems.
That was real. Like in my book, I was like, oh no, that's totally how something like that would work, because they are on the same frequency. They are backing everything up together, you know, on the same, like that was like, oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing point that they added. I also absolutely adored seeing all of the Marvel females, like all of them just being like, come on, ladies,
when I saw that,
I
will say the first thought that I had was like, am I gonna have to deal with dude bros complaining about this on Twitter tomorrow? And they not a word. So
see, I saw a pic. I saw,
which is sad. Like
Facebook.
that was my first thought. Was like, am I going to have to deal with idiots complaining about this on Twitter tomorrow?
No, see, I saw this adorable and hilarious picture on Facebook that was actually like a picture of someone, like of a character, and it was like every Marvel female holding Spider-Man, and it's like, no, you leave him alone. You leave him alone.
He is our most precious boy.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly like the vibe it gave.
It wasn't quite every Marvel female. Which we are still getting we are still apparently getting a Black Widow movie.
See,
and so my question is, because like it's going to be a prequel?
Budapest. Give me Budapest.
And it's like, at this point,
give me Budapest.
Why? You know?
Give us Budapest.
I'm also curious. So I guess this means that WandaVision, that series with Scarlet Witch and Vision, is going to be some kind of prequel as well, or like when they were hiding out, kind of a thing.
Yeah. I don't know. As we discussed, like this is where things get weird, because you also have the Loki show coming out.
Yeah, nobody really knows still what Loki's fate as of Endgame is. Like, it's just assumed that he actually died, but
yeah. He
wasn't snapped, so I mean,
I was gonna say he wasn't snapped, just like Gamora was not snapped.
Yeah, the difference being that Loki has been killed before.
Yeah, I know, it's literally in
his
lore.
So that's the problem, is we will always be like, there could be, you know, like 12 more Marvel movies of Loki not appearing, and then, you know,
also,
we'd still be
like, we're talking about comic book movies, and comic books bring up back characters every time.
Yeah,
every time they bring back characters.
Yeah, and Loki is a trickster god, so like there's all sorts of things that don't just apply to him.
Yeah, literally being like, oh hey, I'm actually 3 star systems away, bye.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, or maybe
I'm just
we'll find out.
Yeah, no, I definitely
the next phase of movies. Good Fantastic Four, good X-Men, and then do like a weird one. I don't know.
Well, we are gonna have to get through Dark Phoenix first.
And we have to get through
this is my question. So, who does Squirrel Girl?
I hope nobody, because it's a dumb character.
They tried doing it as an animated series on Freeform.
Okay.
But I don't know if it actually got off the ground.
I'm like, because I kind of want to see that. Because we can do silly things.
I mean, that I would say that's where you do like your oddball.
That's when you do that on Disney Plus.
You do it on Disney Plus, and you do it. I think doing it as an animated TV series is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Here's what if Disney wants to make bank, what they do is they do a Marvel Disney Afternoon crossover, and they have Squirrel Girl teams up with Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Boom! Money in the bank.
Yes.
There you go. And then you can run the we're not squirrels, we're chipmunks joke like every other episode. Yeah.
But
So. Yeah. No. It's. I can't. It's.
There's just so many feels.
Korg's wardrobe. Just. I can't. I still can't get over it.
You just sent me all caps. I need to bring this up. What you sent me because
it was. I think it was pretty much Korg wearing Hawaiian shirts, sitting on the couch playing Fortnite is life goals. Is what I said.
First, it was in all caps. Korg playing Fortnite.
Oh yeah, well, and then just being like him complaining to Thor that like Thor, some kids making fun of him and griefing him,
and then Thor just like goes after him, like goes after these kids on Fortnite, and he's like, "Thank you, Thor."
Fun fact. So despite the fact that Natalie Portman appears in the film, it was actually just footage that they took from Dark World.
The previous.
They did have her record some voiceover stuff that was like background noise, so that she, I guess, technically got a film credit, but she didn't actually film anything for Endgame.
I just like how they forced everybody to watch Dark World. And this the movie that nobody liked.
Because I hadn't seen it.
Nobody has.
Like the last
Thor. Point.
I saw Thor. And then Ragnarok. Like, I don't think I saw any of the other Thor.
Well, there's only one more.
Yeah, I didn't see that middle. I didn't see that one. Where
I was also a little disappointed that they didn't decide to go with Ragnarok, and like when Cap picks up Mjolnir and starts using Mjolnir's powers, that it didn't start playing Immigrant Song. Like,
oh my gosh,
I was waiting for that a little bit. And just the two of them, and then just be like, and like both Cap and Thor just like swinging lightning around everywhere.
I mean,
that would have been great.
That entire, like, I love it, because then Thor's like, here, you can have the little one. And
yes.
Like, I was just like, because like, we've known for a while that he was just so close to being worthy.
Yep.
Because like the face drop in, was it the first Avengers?
I think it was in a stinger.
Age of Ultron. It was in the middle of Age of Ultron.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Where he
they had like
goes
a party
to, like,
at the Avengers Tower. And then...
Yeah, where he like goes to move and it moves a little. And then it's just like
that's right before Ultron shows up.
Yeah.
And then he used it to like fly like he's seen Thor do.
Yep.
I was so in love with it. So in love with it.
It's perfect.
That's the type of stuff I like, because like that's stuff you would like. Yeah, I could see that in the comic book. I can imagine those panels and seeing that on the screen.
Also,
cool.
Marvel kind of giving a nod to the whole Cap controversy when Cap's like, "Hail Hydra."
Yes.
And then Cap's got to fight himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, Cap swearing.
Yeah, that was
what?
Weird.
Not my little boy.
Really weird.
And I was so hoping that like
because
future Cap or present Cap, I guess, swears in front of past Cap, and I really wanted past Cap to just be like, language, and him to be like, look, listen, all right, it's a rough day and I don't care. Just give me the staff, all right. So. Yeah.
But no, I thought it was very interesting because I haven't seen a lot of the middle movies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Well, apparently, Marvel and Disney are going to be offering a Marvel Cinematic Universe box set.
A 22
film box set.
I'm so for this. I'm so for because I'm not going to lie, I haven't bought any of them, even though I've really, really enjoyed them. I have not bought any of them because I knew when this happened that it would come out in a huge box
I have
set.
A couple of them, but I think it's basically Guardians 1 and 2 are the only ones that I've picked up. But I might pick up the box set, even if it's like a couple $100.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be.
Just because I can't get any of the DVDs anywhere, and now like they're getting pulled from Netflix, so yeah.
That's something.
I mean,
if I ever have a child, that might be something I would get.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like $200.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 22 movies.
And in the end, it depends on the packaging.
Yeah.
That will determine how expensive it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll. Yeah, can I get the non-collector's version?
It comes in an actual Infinity Gauntlet.
I mean.
Yeah. So. Oh, and yeah. So interesting ways on how. So basically, I'm actually really surprised that like Thor will still, because like they left it open for like Hulk and Thor to keep continuing, and maybe even Hawkeye.
Well,
yeah,
but like
we've not had a Hulk movie in a long time.
We haven't.
I mean,
that's true. Like, so Mark Ruffalo, like,
was the Edward Norton one a long time ago.
Yeah, like Mark Ruffalo has been in a bunch of ensemble movies, but there's only been one. He's only been in one Hulk movie, so they could do other ones.
I mean, just throwing this out there also. If it comes in an Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlets are $100 a piece on GameStop. So, as I said, at least 200.
Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet shaped box.
But so I mean, we've got no Black Widow.
Yeah,
no Cap.
I'm still mad about that.
No Iron Man.
Spaghetti.
Rest
in pepperoni.
So
I completely lost. So I just need to talk about Iron Man for just a minute.
He's dead. We don't need to talk about it.
No. So I am also a little girl who lost her father at a young age. I lost my ever-loving everything during the entire funeral scene, and like I'm still getting like a little emotional right now about it. Like with the best friend guy like saying like your dad loved this and
I think
that,
it was meant to be his brother.
Favreau?
I think so.
Jon Favreau? No, he's
But like at the same time, like I've been that little girl, like having people say like your dad was awesome and he did this and he liked this and that, and I was just losing it. They did an amazing job with that small 3-minute scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hit me. And like that's half the reason why my sleeves were soaked in tears, is I was just silently sobbing that entire funeral scene. Just, it was so heart-wrenching. And seeing everybody there, like everybody who's come back, and it was they did a really, really good job with that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Or that sequence. And yeah, it was even worse than Star Wars crying for me, which,
mm-hmm.
Sean, you know how ugly that gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was extreme. They did an amazing job at that. An amazing job.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm done now. Yep.
So but yeah, so I mean so basically we have Hawkeye, who it's just assumed that he just retires.
Yeah.
That he's just like, I'm just done. Like I don't want any more of this. Yeah, he was done before, and now he's like extra done.
Yeah.
So
wasn't he done back in Ultron? He was like, nah.
He was, yeah.
Like they had to drag him out for Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like the cold open starts with, he's just being a family man.
Yeah. So
teaching
Clint,
his daughter how to shoot.
He
Clint's
took
out.
Kyle's advice.
Yes, he did. Oh, now I want a movie where they do a crossover, MCU crossover with Street Fighter, and they get like a real Guile and Hawkeye.
Marvel versus Capcom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a video game.
Oh God! Now we need a
Video game
Marvel.
movie.
Now we need a Marvel versus Capcom movie.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Anyway,
That would have been to do it before.
As long as they
retired.
hire Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, I mean, I'm in.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's already Guile. It's canon.
Nope. New canon.
Anyway, boys.
Yeah. So, so I mean that leaves Hulk, who, assuming his arm recovers at some point, maybe it doesn't. I mean, Thanos's didn't.
But again, Thanos's also was just done 2 days prior. So, like,
I don't know. I mean, that stuff is
damage.
That stuff is burned and blackened. Like, that tissue's dead.
I mean, that's fair, but that doesn't mean that there couldn't be, Thanos was in the middle of, no modern technology to try and fix.
Get him a ring of regeneration. You'll be all right.
Dermal regenerators, right? That's what they use in Star Trek, which is basically just magic beams of light that regenerate all tissue.
Yeah.
Yep.
All skin tissue kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, and then Thor, who has had his own trilogy, and like Chris Hemsworth, like, I mean, he makes a fair amount of money, so I'm surprised that they would continue doing more. But
I don't know. I liked how I love that Valkyrie is going to be the new, like, Queen of New Asgard.
Yeah.
Like, I just love, I love her as a character. Like, I loved being introduced to her, and I want to see more of her just being awesome.
Well, I mean, unless they decide to do something with New Asgard, I don't know if we will.
I know. We probably won't, to be honest.
We get Korg and Mick's day off set in New Asgard. because they didn't go with Thor.
It's just a live stream of them playing Fortnite. It's just a Twitch stream of them.
I would watch that.
I would totally watch that.
You know what? That would actually make a great promotional piece. Like, if they do like Taika, basically, they do some kind of like what they do with the like Pixar shows where they have like Turtle Talk with Crush, where I don't know how they do it, but they're like live animating a character to like respond to the crowd and everything, and they have like a voice actor that's doing the voices and stuff.
Well, there's a lot of actually, it's kind of scary. There's technology basically can make it like look like you're saying whatever.
Yeah.
It's basically some
like. I mean, once you have the basic once you have the basic mocap down. Yeah, once you have the basic mocap down, like, you can. There's tons of different.
To the point where it's almost impossible to tell the difference between a person actually talking or a fake.
But I would love to see
that in Star Wars, but
they essentially set up, like, they could do it as a trailer, Yeah, they do just like a 3-minute thing, and it's just Korg with like a little webcam playing Fortnite, and just like, hey.
Remember when they had the
this is Korg. I'm going to play some Fortnite.
Had the commercials or something, some advertisement where like Thor was just living with some random guy.
That was a lead up to it was again, it was like another lead up series or something on just like what he's been doing.
Yeah.
I think it was to lead up to Thor Ragnarok.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then they did one where Jeff Goldblum's character like took Thor's spot in the apartment with that guy, and
then that had to have been a lead up for Ragnarok. Yeah.
I think the first one might have been for Dark World or something. And
maybe.
Then, I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe they continued it for Ragnarok.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a little sad that like Thor will basically, like, realistically never really get the girl because they'll never get Natalie Portman to sign on for movies again in the MCU.
Oh man, I wish.
Maybe they could get Keira Knightley to play Jane as a body double. Because she's done that before.
Are the same person.
Yeah. It's literally they were both in Phantom Menace.
I was gonna say they had trouble telling each other apart in Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Their mothers had trouble telling them apart in Phantom Menace.
I would like them to do the female Thor.
You know what? I got the perfect person too.
There's a recent run in the comics a few years ago where Jane Foster was Thor for a while, and she was kick ass. It was awesome.
I was gonna say, so like it wouldn't work because I mean they're not gonna get Natalie Portman. But I got a friend of mine from college who does like semi-professional cosplaying as Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a really good cosplaying outfit for it. And she does like acting and like improv D&D type stuff and everything. Yeah. Marvel, call Bennett. Get on it. She'd be a really good Thor.
She-Hulk would be fun to do too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to see that could be the next Hulk movie, is they do Hulk and She-Hulk.
Yes.
I know she's a lawyer.
She is.
Yes.
And that's about what I remember of
She-Hulk. And
and
she's
also like Banner's cousin or something.
Yeah, she's like Banner's cousin, and she like went straight into the like, oh, I'm Hulk, but I also retained my mental faculties. So yeah. And you know what? While we're at it, like throw Kelsey Grammer's Beast into the mix too. Just bring him in. It'd basically be like an episode of Frasier, but with Hulk, She-Hulk, and Beast.
It'd be like Vision and Beast would basically be like.
I really wish that they would be able to rebuild Vision, but like now with Tony gone and the Mind Stone gone, they're not.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be possible.
I do miss Marvel, but they won't because they just did Captain Marvel and they gotta milk that out for a while. So because I really like the new Miss Marvel comics.
Yeah.
But
but
no, I absolutely
my main thing is I want
adored...
good X-Men. I want good X-Men movies. That's what I want. That's the main thing I want more than anything. X-Men is my favorite comic thing. So that's what I
want. Any final thoughts? Because we're running a little long. So.
Yeah. No, I just bring tissues. Because, like, again,
assuming people are still listening at this point, they've already seen it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No. Like,
you were warned.
Or if you're gonna watch it again, like I would like to go and see it again and bring tissues and look for some of the, you know, background stuff and things like that. But like definitely just I went out of that shook. I was shook.
Yep.
So in a good way.
Yep.
But like because I went to the first showing on Thursday night, here in Pittsfield at the Beacon, and there was lines for every single showing, and I remember coming out and there was just this huge group of people, and I'm like, okay, try my eyes. I can't let anybody, like, no spoilers for anybody. And, like, I was just but no, I just couldn't. I just went out with this dumbfounded look on my face. Like, tears still coming down my eyes a bit. Like, it was... Yeah. I can't wait to see it again.
My final thoughts. It was good. It had Korg. Mission accomplished. Boom. There we go.
Korg and Meek.
So.
That's all you needed.
Because they go together.
So yeah. So that concludes our sort of Spoilercast portion. So have fun, everyone. Happy gaming. Enjoy your pie cake. We are going to head out as we ran long. So take care.
Bye, everybody.